Hey tutors, this is our very quick start guide because YouTube keeps not accepting my videos that are too long, and it's the easiest way to know I can share with everyone. You're wondering, what do I do, especially if this is your first term tutoring with us? Here are some quick answers. From the student's perspective, I'm talking about the students who come to see you when you're online. You're going to greet them warmly, reassure them. Even if you don't know the answer, make sure that you know they're in the right place, assuming they're in Read 1000 History 2020 paired courses, and that we are here to support them. Many times you're going to help them navigate these courses. So the basic thing is to think, how would you do this as a student? How do you do this as a student? Because you're dealing in many cases with first-time freshmen who've never colleged, and they've never colleged in a pandemic. We've never colleged in a pandemic maybe either, but at least your experience as a student helps you know how to navigate some things that they don't know. So we're giving them peer support, but it's okay if you don't have the answers. And in this case, what you're wanting to do then is, you've looked at the scenario with them, you've looked in the course D2L shells, and you don't know how to respond to them. So you say, I'm going to find out some extra information for you. Here's what I would suggest to you next. Contact the professor or whatever. But I'm also going to reach out. Can you please give me your MT email, not a different email address, but their MTSU email. And I will email you when I have more information, and we can get back together through Zoom in the lab if that's helpful at that point in time. So from your side, what you need to do is log in for your set time and shift. And remember to log into the Read 1000 tutoring shell according to the directions I've sent you. Do not put yourself in any place as a history tutor. We have history courses, gen ed courses across campus. There's other sections of 2020, but that's not us. We are specifically tutoring in the co-requisite Read 1000 History 2020, so you're going in as a Read 1000 tutor. A peer professional, when you go, that's your background and what you're wearing. Eliminate noises and distractions where you are. And new this term, if you were with us before, I'm going to ask that there's no tutoring on the go. In other words, we're paying you to be in the lab, and so if that becomes at home, you're set up where you have everything you need. And even if you could get back quickly to your computer, I want students to feel that they have not interrupted something. Because if I feel like I'm catching someone on the go, then I may not want to come back frequently. But if you look like you're sitting there waiting for them, then it's much more inviting. So if there are two of you on, one of you can get a drink or take a restroom break or whatever. Occasionally, when there's one of you on, if it's for a long period of time, it may be unavoidable that you need to do something within your house. But try to be right there at your computer, and certainly, no running down the road or something like that, or being outdoors and carrying your phone. I don't think that comes across the way we want to make sure we're supporting the students. Make sure you're asking the students what they need, how to help them. There is a form that you're going to fill out at the end, so you will need their name. I think their M number's on there. Reading professor is very important. Section, but that's not essential if you know who the professor is. You'll file the report. I'll send that to you with directions at the end of each session. We support you by providing you resources. Some of these are populating. You won't have them all right away, but what you don't have right away is coming. So I would like you to actually send me, again, even if you've sent it before or if I have it, your username that you use to get into things on campus, not your password, and also your M number, so I can make sure you're entered into each section of Read 1000 and History 2020 that we work with. We will be available to assist you. We will create an appointment schedule so that as someone comes to you, you can get them appointments. We do what's called triage, which is if you're not the best person to help someone, you're going to know who else is available, and you're going to be able to direct them to someone who can be of more help. We do have people who work specifically with history. Also, when we have various languages, we advertise that, but please don't assume a student wants help in a different language than English. If they come on, help them. But if they request something, because we'll tell them in our classes, hey, we do have a tutor who speaks fluent Arabic. If they request that, you'll know how to get them to that person. If it seems like you're in over your head with an assignment, stop where you're getting over your head and get them to somebody who is more equipped in that area. We'll be doing check-ins. We'll be making sure that either a faculty member or a veteran tutor is coming around to work with you to make sure that you have everything you need as you're getting going. Here's some musts. If you're not going to be here, you got to let us know, please. Actually, you're requesting an absence for a particular day, so you're going to email me. I don't think I will be able to be in on this date. I would like you to either check with the person if you're working together with someone else in the lab and make sure that they do plan to be there, or help me get a fill-in if possible. But you'll let me know ahead and I will say sure, take off, who's the fill-in, and we'll go from there. Except for the GAs, you need to absolutely keep track of the time that you spend, and you're going to send me an email each week with that time, not what you think you were there for, not what your schedule says, but when you were actually there. So you really need to, every time you go into tutor, mark down the time you start, mark down the time you stop. If you are having trouble accessing the D2 or the Zoom shell, or any other problems that you're experiencing technically, please get that to me right away, or to Adam, is going to help with this also, so that we can make sure a connection gets reestablished, and we'll ask you to hang out and be ready to go on when that happens. Always report if you accidentally miss a shift. Don't just put it on your timesheet. Actually let me know as soon as you realize that that happened. I just need to be aware of how we covered the times that we say we covered. Try to stay on until a successor comes, at least one person. Hopefully they'll be there on time, but if not, we would really like to not leave dead air if possible. Now, if you have to go to class or something, you have to go. Make sure if someone isn't showing up or doesn't show up to their schedule, you let me know so we can get somebody on there to help. Anything that goes funky in your session, especially if you're uncomfortable or if a student is sharing something uncomfortable, we need to report that, so let me know and I'll tell you where to go next. If you when in doubt, report it. That's all I'll say now. And then abide by professional tutoring standards. And the main thing you need to know about this is you are an MTSU employee, so you can't offer to meet with someone outside of Zoom or the lab. You can't say, hey, I'll go work with you in the library. Don't give out your phone number. We're not establishing new friendships here, right? We are just here to support the students who come to us as tutors. And please don't let your friends come in and hang out with you on Zoom, okay? Please don't be on a phone call when somebody is chiming in. You need to be dedicated during this time to our mission. And so again, it's just being very professional and ready to help, monitoring that website and approaching this the way, approaching the students' problems the way that you would approach them as a student, and making sure they're getting the resources they need. There's a lot more, but that's a great start. I'm thankful to have you working with us, and I look forward to seeing you online.